to my man's Michael Elliott, a new book out right now. You can check it out. It's called Behind the Lights. We're going to let him introduce himself and tell you a little bit about himself and about this book and why he dropped it. What
Hello,
up,
what's
world?
up, folks? What up, what up, what up? Hey, check it out. I am Michael Elliott, also known as the Vague Ringtone here in my city, Las Vegas, Nevada, for doing good. I am the man that got all of the history in Las Vegas on the the growth, the entertainment, and everything that we're doing. This whole thing of Las Vegas, we have been definitely um, growing and it's continuing to grow and we will grow even more. But when it was just the dirt, when it was just the dirt,
Speak on
I
it.
was here.
You was here. That's
And
what, from
and
the
and
start.
and
Come
from
on.
there allowed me to be able to see the things that I was able to see and the things that I actually put in my book.
So, how many chapters is the book?
The book is 14 chapters.
14 chapters. And the book again is called
Behind the lights
Behind the Lights.
of
Come
Las
on now.
the behind the lights of the Las Vegas, a city story.
A,
So it's definitely
a story to be told. A story to be told. Yeah. A
you
real
know
story to be told from our perspective. You know, no disrespect to no nationalities, but we've been here. Our roots is from here as well. You know, I'm born and raised myself. So to be able to tell about the history, our history of some of the things that's happened here, man, what inspired you to actually write the book?
well, one of the things that inspired me to write the book, I talk a lot. I've been telling stories all my life. Ever since I've been in elementary school, we good, we good, yeah. Ever since I've been in elementary school, I was the guy that would share the story with the classes, with my
Come
classmates.
on
You know,
now.
the teacher would,
Speak on it.
the teacher would talk about blah blah blah. We have a little spare time, and whenever there was time to tell a story, it was always Michael share. Or I would have something really goofy to say just to make people laugh or something like that.
So, class clown?
Not actually class clown.
Yeah,
No,
because clown ain't,
no,
yeah.
no, no, no. It was more so of uh, giving information and a good vibe, a great energy, and things like that. Not just a clown because it was always
Super
meaningful for
knowledgeable,
something.
super
Yeah,
knowledgeable at an early age.
super knowledgeable at an early age.
Come on now, gifted. So this book, Mike, what are some of the highlights in the book, man, that people don't know about? Uh,
Okay, so in one of the chapters of the book, I talk about the security guards and the
oh
corruptness
yeah,
in the
I love
security
that.
guard that people don't really know that happened in Las Vegas, the things that took place here in Las Vegas that I seen with my own eyes
What
that I
time are
know.
we talking about?
We
What
talking
year?
80s,
Okay.
84, 85, 86, that era. I was working at the Binions Horseshoe and I've witnessed the Binions Horseshoe security beating the brakes off of customers or workers or maybe
He said customers.
I've seen it. I've seen both of it,
Wow.
and they used to have this one big security guard dude, and I think his name was Dick, and he was huge, and they would all take you in the bathroom, and then he would be in the bathroom with you by yourself. The bathroom was as big as him. You see what I'm saying? So you ain't have no room to do nothing.
Come on now.
This dude, and you could hear people in there screaming and hollering in the bathroom while we were walking through the kitchen. You could hear somebody in there, ah, ah. I mean,
Oh
literally
my
screaming and
God.
behind
So they
somebody.
was putting the beat downs
They was
on
putting
the
the beat down
job,
on the job.
man. But why?
You know, I don't really want to get into it much of it, but I do want y'all to know. Read the book. The book is
Okay.
going to
Look at
let you
that.
know all of the stuff that he's asking. We can
Behind the lights.
you know.
Behind the lights. So yeah, that's
So
what
you
that.
can purchase this book
Go ahead.
off of my website. The website is thevagueringtone.club. That's TheVegringTone.
One to purchase. First one to get the book, we're
That
gonna have
sounds
you
good.
live on the air. You can give us some feedback about it. How about that? All right. However, whatever you want to call it. But Bugsy Siegel, the name Bugsy Siegel. What does that mean to you in your book? when that comes up right now?
Bugsy Siegel was a gambler, a hustler, a gangster, a dude that brought all of that energy to Las Vegas when none of that type of activity really was down here. But when he got here with his crew and his mob
Oh
of
boy.
people, the things that they did to build this city and how this city was built. The way this city was built upon mob money because it was casinos before
Beat
Bugsy came
beat
down here.
downs.
There were other casinos on Boulder Highway and things like that, which was the first casino that was built. But in this book, the mob took over everything in Las Vegas because of the money and the way. This is the realest book that you ever want to get. I mean, in this book, you're gonna get the real. You're not gonna just get one side of the story. You're getting both sides of the story. So you get a chance to see and listen and pay attention to some things that happen in Las Vegas that nobody
Oh
has
yeah.
never experienced or even know
Man,
if
they
they
if
have
you
not been in this town.
come on, and if you're not from here, you can't tell it, man. Shout out to our peoples that's tapping in. You can catch us live on the Vague Ringtone on YouTube or
And it's actually the one with the music symbol.
the music symbol. You heard it first. And right now, I am live just behind the scenes on my Instagram, guys. Official Bonafide 100. That's Bonafied 100. But I have the special privilege to interview my man's local native, just a pillar in the city, and his book about Behind the Lights. You know, telling some real stories, some real history about the Moulin Rouge. Let's talk about the Moulin Rouge, man.
You know, what people don't know, the Moulin Rouge is a place that had opened up. It was shut down. It was closed down. Then it was opened up. And the city shut it down. The riots came through. The workers were fighting against the politicians. The
Wow.
politicians was trying to sabotage the whole building so that it wouldn't be no more remaining because that's the only places that black people really was able to work at one time, and unless they was a maid on the strip or something like that. But as far as being a bartender or a dealer or something like that, all of those people were black, and they just couldn't accept that.
And
We
Mike,
had our own.
and all we ever hear about is, oh, Sammy Davis being the only black person they used to slide that could perform there or whatever. We don't hear about what you talking about, the relevance.
No,
of what
no,
Come
this
on now.
this in this book, you're going to hear, and not only that, the book that's going to follow this book is going to even be
Come on.
more extensive to everything that's happening. This is just one of the ones to give you information on everything that took place, so that you will know what's real and what was fake.
Man,
We just giving it real, man. I'm gonna give it to you.
Look.
I'm gonna give it to you the way I seen it.
I
I'm gonna
promise.
give it to you, not the way that I heard it, but the way that I seen it. You
in
know,
Fremont Street, like you was talking about that a little bit when I read the book. Also, get to listen to the book. Go ahead, you can get a hard copy, or you can listen to it. How can they listen to it?
well, actually, the audio book of it, you have to, just give yourself any kind of audio or a voice and play it, and it comes on like that.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that too. And I was listening to it. You was talking about some of the neighborhoods in it too, man. I don't know which chapter that is, but
I believe that's like chapter 4, chapter 5.
look,
We talking
come on,
about like
look.
thing that happened, and of course we talk about the Donna Street Crips and how the informants came down
Come
on
on.
the drug trafficking.
Give 'em just
and
a
gang
sample,
violence
man.
and things
Just
like
give 'em a
that.
sample of it.
Make sure you tune in, you check it out. This book is only purchased on the website, which is thevagueringtone.club. That's TheVeggringTone.club. That's the only place that this book could be purchased. And this book could be purchased at any given time. So don't hesitate if you have any problems with downloading the book or anything. You could always contact me, 702-960-9690.
Tell them one more time.
All right.
What number?
702
There we go.
960-9690.
Yeah, and you know, man, what I love is that this ain't no outsider telling the story. This ain't, you know what I mean? Like you spoke about, this ain't somebody telling us about our city or telling the world about our city. You know, everybody have their experience from visiting here, but when you born and bred, and you can really tell all versions, the political side, the community side, the street side, family. You covered a lot in this book, man. What is the the biggest imprint, the biggest impact you wanted to make with this book?
Well, one of the biggest impacts in this book is what I want people to do is recognize that Las Vegas is here.
Come
It's
on.
been here,
Come on.
and people come here to visit. We get 1 billion people a year, and within those 1 billion people that comes here, I want them to read this book to understand the grounds that they're stepping on, and understand what the city was built off of, regardless of what it is today. And then, like, even at the end of the book, I talk about what the city is like today and what everything is. But I'll tell you about where it come from. So if you want to know the history of the grounds that you plan on, this impact of this book will tell you a whole lot. You can
Oh,
take this
boy.
back with you all the time.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We looking forward to part two. But while we on part one, I know the people want to know, man. From out here.
I was born on the west side of town.
Uh-oh.
And
West.
I was
You heard
raised
it.
in the north. Actually, my mother and father still live in the same house that we lived in back in 1976,
Wow.
where I went to
That's
elementary
huge.
school and all of that good
That's
stuff. And
stability.
yeah,
That's stability,
Yeah.
man. We need that.
and for me being in the position that I'm in and being in the place where I'm at, I do have to thank my parents, for always supporting me and being there. And
Man,
just
give
being
it
my
up to
number
the
one
folks,
fans, you know
man.
what I mean? Being my
Shout
number
out
one
to folks,
fans.
the
Yeah,
parents, mom
absolutely.
and pops, man.
You know.
Staple,
And-
man. And for years, man, wait, hold on. This been my man's for, let me see, 83, 82, 83 minimum. So that's 17. We talking about 41 years, something like that.
41 years.
40 plus years. Man, I just found out a couple years ago that this man was his pops. I couldn't believe it, man. A legend in the city who we all love and respect, man. And this is my man's. That's a shame on my part. Man, we got plenty people topping in, man. Mike, we we can never acknowledge each other enough, man. So it's my opportunity to acknowledge you, not only on the book, but some of your other endeavors and entrepreneurships that you got going on, the impacts you've made in the community and the city, whether it's the kids with chess, man, or barbecues on the west side, selling food where you really ain't make no money, but you were really feeding the community, to tell the truth, taking your time to do that. And we talking about lobsters,
Steak,
Hey,
shrimp.
hey,
Man, I
come
tell you,
on.
people ask me all the time, when you gonna start back doing that? The best time is like now to do it. I'm just kind of so tied up with so many things that I haven't really got a chance to do it. So I've been looking
Come
for
on.
a cook. So if anybody out there that's a really good cook
Speak on it.
and could follow instructions and orders, they may be a position available because, we don't want to have no burnt steaks. We don't want to have, no little shriveled up lobster
Your
or
name
nothing
on
like
it,
that.
man. It's your
We got
brand.
everything has got to be
It's your brand.
the way I would do it. You know what I mean? And they loved it when I did it, so I want them to love it if somebody else do it.
Cool. Well, getting back to the book, man. What's been the most exciting? When was the release date? What's been the most exciting, experience since you've released it, man? Whether it's been a fan or politically or the community.
Well,
What's been the biggest impact?
well, one of the things is everybody that your friends and stuff don't buy your book. Your closest people to
Your
you, they don't
music,
buy
your
your stuff. They
books,
be
your
next to you. They call
clothes.
you 100 times. They don't buy any of your stuff. But the people that did buy my book, I haven't been the greatest guy with the vocabulary. I haven't been the greatest with the pen. I haven't been the right. But when God give you an opportunity and put everything in front of you
Speak.
for it to happen, you
Speak.
can't miss. So when I put this together, this was like all God doing. You see what I'm saying? This was so powerful. But the most exciting thing about this whole thing is everybody that read it that I do know, ex female friends that were girlfriends back in high school and stuff, all of them wrote it because I'm pretty sure they thought that they would be in the book.
Uh-oh.
But they'll be in the next one.
Uh-oh.
But actually,
You
in
heard it
this book,
first.
everybody that read it, they was impressed. I mean, they was overwhelmed. They were really like, they were so impressed that
Come
they
on,
were
man.
they were like Mike, you know, like
Come
you know, they was
come
like
on.
you know, so
They didn't know you had it. They knew you had it in
they
you.
knew it. They knew
But
it.
but that's the thing. You've conquered, man. That's why you're a pillar in this city consistently for years. You've conquered when it comes to being an entrepreneur and making an impact in the community, man, in business. You've been doing it for years, bro. I'm not even gonna go back into the hair shows right now. That's for a whole nother thing. But getting back to the book, man. Salute. How can they get the book? Give them the title. How can they get the book? One more again, you can never get that information up enough. Let them know.
Well, actually, the title of the book is Behind the Lights of Vegas. Behind the Lights of Las Vegas. It's a city story by Michael Elliott. So you can go to my website. You can find on the website Behind the Lights of Las Vegas. A city story by Michael Elliott. It's the greatest book you ever want to read that comes out of Las Vegas and that is talking about Las Vegas. I'm going to just give you a little bit.
Speak on it.
So also in chapter 6 is one of the chapters that I like. And it's about the gambling addiction in Las Vegas.
Oh, man.
That's one of the ones I like a lot because
Trill, spill.
the
Come
gambling addictions, the gambling addiction in Las Vegas. In this book, it'll tell you about this man, and this man and his family came here to gamble, vacation, and they never made it back.
Wow.
So that leads into homelessness, and that's kind of how when I talk about that, that's in the book, you know. And then one of my biggest ones that I really like the most is losing it all. That
Wow.
chapter right there, losing it all. You already know what that's like. I mean, if you've seen the guy on
Rock bottom.
if you've seen the guy on the internet that's been laying on the ground, and I mean, when you lose it all, you know, mental problems become and things just happen. So when I wrote this book, this is to help people understand what this is all about. You know what I mean?
Family, relationships. It's a domino effect.
You know, we talked about I talk about the Harvest Fest, the Route 91 Harvest Fest with the shooting at the concert out of the window of the Mandalay Bay. We talk about that. Mr. Paddock.
Wow.
You know, so this book has something from the 60s all the way up to 2023. I mean, this is the book that you want to dive into, dive.
ASAP Rocky.
A$AP.
Don't talk about it, be about it, man. Not just that Black Dollar. This is a universal book. This is everybody visits Las Vegas. Come on out here, tap in.
1 billion people a year.
1 billion. You know what? 1%. We'll just take 1% buying the book, huh?
So y'all need to get with it, get on top of it. Don't hesitate. We flood this thing today.
This is your man's, not your boy, Bonafide 100. Plug to the city, y'all. Catch me at culturesnetwork.com. You can catch me on the west side for a show. You can catch me at Bonafide 100, official Bonafide 100. Facebook, Bonafide Culture. Man, a pleasure, a privilege to interview my man about his. This is just something real quick and short to give you a sample of what's out there, real information about Vegas, y'all. Purchase the book, tap in on all networks. You can give them the information before we go. Mike's going to take us out, man. Pieces.
All right, y'all. Bone, I definitely appreciate you always being there for me, interviewing me on my own network. This is like fabulous and great. For everybody that don't know Bonafide, get to know him. Follow his Instagram, Facebook, everywhere he at. Bonafide Walk, Bonafide Culture. Follow this man. He's connected with every entertainer on the West Coast and some on the East, and also boxers and fighters, such as my man. He's just so modest about it. But the man that just beat the brakes off of Errol Spence, right?
T. Crawford, shout
So
out, shout out.
so
Team
Mr. T. Crawford,
Crawford,
Team
yeah.
Crawford, that's definitely so Bonafide is definitely connected with the world. And for him to
West
be
Side
coming and
Rider.
giving me an interview and interviewing me on my own network, I'm just privileged and I'm
Church.
extremely happy.
You
We're
know
gonna
what
take
it is.
y'all out, and until next time, peace, love, and happiness. And don't forget to get
Always.
the vague ringtone and strolling across the top of the screen. All right.
Hey, hey. Mama, we